Danny, how's it going?
How you doing, Mike?
Very nice to see you again. One of the reasons I brought you back into the office, just not to polish up and readjust your mouth guard, but one of the things that really bugs me about this is there's not enough players out there that are really knowledgeable about protecting themselves and on the field especially, because as I'm noticing, the concussion rates have gone up. I believe it was 21% for this past year, and I believe it was even 30% the year prior. And to most players that I've interviewed, I've done some mouth guards for stay-at-home moms. I've done some for just gym enthusiasts, the runners, power lifters, kickboxers, etc. But one of the things that bugs me in the NFL is that the players don't understand the importance of it. And if you don't understand the importance of it, you're not going to wear it. For most of the players that I've made it for, they're more interested in the way they look. You know, it's a very customized look. And on my side, you know, I'm looking at it as protection, because if you're not protected, you're not going to play. And if you're not protected, you know, it makes me worried about some of the things that, besides concussions, that can go on, such as tooth fracture, ruptured discs, headaches, migraines, like Percy Harvin's, for example. So can you elaborate on that? You know, what made you decide to say, hey, you know, I'm going to take a stand. I know it's not mandatory. I realize it's important. I'm going to wear a mouthpiece.
Well, I mean, I think you mentioned it, Dr. Wright. You know what I mean? Just taking that initiative and knowing that mouthpiece and the mouthpiece that you produce, the WrightGUARD, it helps me protect myself against a lot of the things that you mentioned, especially concussions, with the increased awareness that we've gotten, you know, from the NFL about, you know, the danger of concussions. It's become adamant and of the utmost important that you protect yourself from it. And wearing your mouth guard does, in my opinion, does so for me. So I think just taking that initiative and protecting my playing status and my playing future in that manner, you know what I mean, and for right now and the foreseeable future would be the main reason.
Now, that long initial appointment, which was an hour to hour and a half of diagnosing, you know, that's one of the things that I pride myself on as a prosthodontist, a specialist in the area of reconstruction and jaw. I use those same principles in fabricating my mouth guard. So that in that hour and a half, we did Doppler sounding. I can't give away all of my diagnostic techniques, but you know, we put you on that 3D simulation. We hooked the fancy device up to you, and you thought, whoa, what am I getting myself into? I guess now you can appreciate how we were able to align your jaw. You know, a lot of other mouth guards out there on the market just pride themselves on that, this performance mouth guard, per se. Now, when you fabricate a mouth guard in the correct jaw position, those other things fall in play. Increased intake in oxygen because your jaw is correctly positioned. We're not promoting mouth breathing, we're promoting nose breathing, which means your lung capacity in a medical standpoint is increased 20 to 25%. By having the jaw properly aligned, the whole entire musculoskeletal system is balanced, which means you're going to have increased range of motion. It's going to have balance and agility. Did you notice any of these things on the field?
Yes, I would say so. You know what I mean? As you know, I was one of those players who, prior to wearing your mouthpiece, didn't necessarily, you know, think about it or take into, I guess, consideration what you could lose by not wearing the proper mouthpiece. But since I did, you know, come in here and we went through the initial phase and initial appointment, and you know, we aligned the jaw with the mouthpiece and fitted it for the proper fit, I would definitely say I realized an increase in, like you said, oxygen and breathing intake, increase in confidence on the football field, just because I felt like I was safer wearing your mouthpiece. So I would definitely say in the majority of those areas that you mentioned that I was cognitive that those things were taking place while I was playing.
Right. It makes me that much happier and feeling like you're safe when you're performing like you do every Sunday. Very talented player, and best and foremost is the fact that I know you're protected. One of the things I wanted to say was, what would you say right now to your colleagues out there that just view it as a piece of plastic?
I think the first thing is, like you said, man, the concussions in the NFL is something that is increasing. It's something that we're becoming more aware of. And if you can do it, if you can wear the proper mouthpiece in order to protect yourself from that, that's one less injury that you have to, you know, worry about or try to worry about from having. You know what I mean? The WrightGUARD does that for you. I would say that a mouthpiece and having the correct mouthpiece, as you mentioned, it protects you from, or it helps you breathe, it helps you play faster, it helps you have more balance because your entire neuromuscular system is intact. So I would just say that it's something that everybody should try, and not just think that they can get away with any run-of-the-mill mouthpiece, because in today's game, guys are bigger, stronger, and faster, and they're hitting harder. So this is an injury, or these are serious matters in today's NFL. So I would definitely tell them to just look into finding the proper mouthpiece, and I think, in my opinion, that's the WrightGUARD.
Thank you. Well, I appreciate you wearing the WrightGUARD, and foremost, whether it's my guard or anyone else's guard, please go out there and promote to your fellow colleagues to protect themselves. And also, you guys are role models. I think it's very important that we get to the youth. If you wouldn't mind, I do a lot of community activities. We can go out to the local Little League Pee Wee games and promote the mouth guard and just protection, because if they wear it at an early stage, when they get to the pros like yourself, it'll become second nature.
Absolutely.
I appreciate your time.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.